Welcome to Eurovision Kiki. We're three Americans who have fallen in love with Eurovision. I'm Doug.
I'm Steven.
I'm Katie, and here on Eurovision Kiki, we're bringing you the best information about the Eurovision Song Contest.
We'll bring you the music, history, traditions,
And all the tea currently surrounding the world of Eurovision.
and thank you for joining us for another Eurovision Kiki, where we are going to discuss the first half of Latvia's Supernova 2025. Who's excited?
I'm excited.
I'm excited because there's an interesting bunch here, and it's vastly different than what we experienced with Montasong.
I was just saying, for as down bad as Montenegro is, Latvia is equal and opposite in the other direction. They're doing great. They seem fine.
They might be having a better time.
Yeah.
There's less concern here as to whether or not they are or are not okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like we're only covering the first 10. So if you are looking at the list alphabetically, we're covering the first 10 today for this episode.
Alphabetically by artist.
Correct. So next episode we will cover the other 10. So we'll have looked at all 20 songs, but for today, just the first 10. And of those 10, I feel like there are some good contenders. There's a couple that I don't necessarily like, but I could see why they're there.
I have a feeling one of those is my favorite.
You just assume that we have opposite taste, Katie?
Girl, from the group chat, I know we have different tastes.
All right. Well, before we dive into the songs, is there any news or updates folks want to mention? I think we all found out today that tickets are going on sale soon. And soon, I mean at the end of January.
We've got pre-sale. Later. Yeah, we've got pre-registration that went live today. So I've thrown my email is now on the pre-registration waiting list.
I assume you and everybody you know, their email is on the pre-registration.
Basically, yeah. So at least we've gotten that process checked off on the to-do list. So we'll see. I don't know if that is going to make it any more of a fair process in comparison to last year, but at least now I know that there will be a notification or at least an email in my inbox at some point to be like, you can now jump in and see what tickets are available when they become accessible.
Just like me with Casa Bonita reservations.
Exactly.
Still haven't been.
Eagerly waiting. So
then they also revealed the stage. What do we think of the stage?
Love it.
That I haven't looked at yet. I've been in a hole working.
When you look at the stage, I don't want to bias you, but one of the comments I saw on the interwebs was it's giving Dizzy Alexander.
I was not getting that.
You don't want to bias me and you tell me the worst thing I've ever heard.
And I kind of love that comment because I was like, yeah, I think it's just okay. I wasn't overly in love with it.
You have to like take it into context though. These are just mock-up drawings and this is also just AI. So what's being replicated here is not final outcome. So I'm going to take that comment with a grain of salt.
Okay, Mr. Optimism.
For me, I think it's a little bit more unforgettable from last year. Like
Marcus
looking at the video from ESC News, like it looks more like the way they did their staging to me.
See that?
But I like it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool. I like the mountain background thing. Very Swiss.
Very that. And then I would say last bit of Eurovision news, we did get confirmation, circling back to news of Montenegro. Nina Gigi has confirmed that there will be a revamp of her song. So we have that to look forward to. A little vague still as to what that revamp will entail, but we have something that is.
You manifested that, Stephen.
Yeah,
you said it needs. I need something. I needed it to be elevated, and
you know what? You know what it is. Nina saw our little clip talking about her advancement to Eurovision and our prediction that there may or may not be a revamp, and I think maybe she was just like, these Americans know what's up, so we're gonna do it. Thanks for listening, or thanks for taking a little gander at our clip there, Nina. We love you.
And
Inspired
don't listen to
by
Americans on anything else.
Yeah, don't do that. For the love of God.
I was going to mention, just for our American listeners, the Windows 95 Man US tour they're now going to be joined by Luna.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think it's New York, Chicago, LA, and San Francisco.
Correct. Very short stint, but still early 2025.
It's where the people are. It's the population centers.
Yeah.
No. If it was in the budget, or if it was like in the opportunities, I would totally try to hit up that San Francisco tour in January, but I don't think it's going to happen. Too much going on. Sad panda.
Sad panda. Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We get to talk about Supernova. Let's just dive in. We're looking at them alphabetically by artist, so let's just start at the top and work our way through.
Here we
How's
go.
that?
Let's kick it off.
Okay. I'm going to apologize in advance for any butchering of any names. It can't be as bad as Stephen and Montenegrin.
I feel like we have to do that. I feel like we should let's just do a caution every time we do one of these deep dives.
Trigger warning. We're going to mispronounce things.
We will. It's like when I first read Harry Potter, like way, way back in the day. Oh,
yeah.
And I'm like, Hermione. Obviously. No.
Obviously. How else would you say
that? Anyway, so the first one is Adelina, Electric Love.
This is one of the ones that I actually am not mad at. I
really like it.
Yeah.
For me, it reminds me of The Weeknd's latest album, Dawn FM. Like just the vibes and like the music track to it sounded so much like it. But then it also made me be like, can you get his producer to do a remaster of this album, of this song? Because it does sound like a demo. Like it is clearly an early version of it to me.
Yeah, I feel that.
Punch it up. They can punch it up.
I had to listen to it several times before I really connected with it, and I think that has potential problems. I didn't know she was singing in English for the first 45 seconds of the song. It was just hard. It was hard for me to understand what she was saying. So either she needs to enunciate or something. I don't know. I had problems.
Sorry to me. I don't understand that.
Okay.
It's definitely feeling the EDM, we're just going to have a good time. So I don't mind it. It's not, of these 10 songs, it's not in my top, but I enjoy where it's going.
This is one that I have up there as we were examining these 10 songs, it's up there for me. I wrote that it's safe. I'm not mad at it. If I was at a bar and this is a song that came on, it's definitely one that I would bop along to and kiki with my friends. Do I think that this is a song that is in contention to win? No, it's definitely middle of the pack.
To win Supernova?
Yeah. There's some that I think may surpass it, but I do think that it will perform well in comparison to some of the other ones that we're going to be examining here. Now, with that being said, I think Adelina has some work here to win audience members over. I think a lot of these artists do, because this is just based off of what we're hearing on the audio version. We still have stage performance. We still have her actual live performance to look forward to. So there are still some other qualities that we have yet to see that may surpass some of these other things that we're taking a look at.
Well, and you mentioned winning the audience over, and I thought it was important to kind of see popularity of some of these artists. So I did go and look, and she has a little over 100,000 Instagram followers. And so does that potentially help. I mean, it's just like if you're a returning artist, right? Like you have a presence and you are known. So she has over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and she's been around. I want to say since 2018, if I remember right. The article I read was that she had done a song for the World Cup and that she gained, prominence there. And
Nice.
the article was an interview with her that I saw. Um, Interestingly, she described her music as Afropop, and that's a choice.
Okay. Sure.
Let's
Sure.
Maybe
see.
the European mind thinks of it differently.
Yeah, let's see how that comes when Supernova hits.
Yeah. But this one was definitely in my top, and I think like if there is like a re-release that feels a little bit more like polished and punchy, it's going on a playlist of mine. Even if it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that could make a play. Yes, that makes a playlist.
Absolutely.
All right. Next one is Bel Tempo and Legzdina, The Water.
I took a tip from the book of Katie when we were examining some of the songs from Montesong, and I just wrote, no, smiley face.
Yeah. I said it's fine. Like, the vocals are good. Like, it feels like they're talented musicians. But
It's giving coffee shop.
yes. I said it's like 10 years too late. Like it feels like it should have been like around the time of like, the Magnetic Zeros and like the like true like hipster indie pop like folk music time of like 2012.
It's like
That's what it felt
I
like
need to
to
be
me.
wearing a giant hat with a giant brim.
And I need a scarf that has mustaches on it.
It's so interesting that you said that because I wrote 2004 American Eagle background noise while shopping for jeans.
Yes, it is like very like earlier century.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it holds any sort of weight, or it can't play with some of these other songs.
No, and I said it won't do well in Eurovision if it makes it through.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
If by some miracle it makes it out of Supernova, it's not going to do well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we're done shitting on that song, we can skip. We can move on to Chris Noah and shit on that one too, unless somebody.
Yes, please. I said mid-tempo male-led song is tough to pull off, and they didn't.
It's a big ask.
Yeah, so this one, so Chris Noah, Romance Isn't Dead. I said it's giving Sheryl Crow If It Makes You Happy 90s vibe.
Yes.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. I couldn't put my finger on it. Thank you.
I wasn't feeling this from the moment, and so did a little bit of that research, and he says that his professional influences include U2 and Eric Clapton, and I was like, no wonder I didn't like it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that explains the
everything.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. It felt old, it felt stale.
Yeah. So.
All right, and that's enough for me.
I will just say this, is that Chris Noah does seem to have a lot of Latvian influences in terms of, he has Latvian ties. He's got a lot of music that's out there. If you look, he's charted many, many times in Latvia. All of his songs, though, are in Latvian, and he's done very well. But then all of a sudden, he's doing this song in English, and I'm just kind of like, stay in your lane? Maybe focus on the Latvian? I don't know.
So do you think that his polarity will sway folks in some sort of way, though?
I don't think so. If we look at his follower count, and I know that's not everything about everything. I mean, we got our 82 followers. Like, we're influencers. I get it.
Yeah, and we're the biggest podcast in the world, and we only have 82 followers.
Right? He's got 6,700 followers, and if you've been charting in Latvia, I would just assume you probably have a little bit more than that.
Yeah, fair.
So, no, I don't think that there's going to be a swing totally, but it just felt you see that he's done all of this Latvian music, he's charted there, etc., and then he's doing an English song. I don't know. It's just food for thought.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Oh well.
All right, next one
is the winner.
Oh, Citizen Romtai.
I loved it.
Love it.
I am obsessed with this song. And this was I made Casey listen to all of these and he goes, well, that's Eurovision. That's gonna win. And I'm like, well, you don't know anything, but you did good job.
What a way to come back after flopping.
Yes, we've seen them before. Eurovision 2022.
Yeah. Rough.
I mean,
they didn't qualify to the finals.
No.
I wrote, instead of eating veggies and pussy, they be eating Romtai. And this is not at all like their last song from 2022. Yeah. Here's hoping.
I love this one.
Here's
this
hoping.
One was so fun. This is like, I'm gutting for this one.
Yeah.
I appreciated everything about it. It's already on a playlist. Like, I think I listened to it 4 or 5 times just in a row because it was just, I had to go back and listen to more of it. It's got repeatable lyrics that even I don't understand what they're saying, but it doesn't matter because we were having fun with it. The song itself, the lyrics, you can look them up. They're kind of fun. It pulses in me as a primal mantra. I hear it with my head. I feel presumptuous. We sing this word, but what does that mean? Nothing. But the whole stage is already on its feet. Like, they basically are keeping it light and fun and almost making fun of themselves, like part of their own joke. As you said, it's very Eurovision, and I hope it does well.
Oh, good. Well, I thought we were going to disagree on that one.
Really? No, this was if I had to pick of these 10 songs, which is my absolute favorite, it's definitely this one.
Oh, good. Yay.
No, this is my number one of these 10.
Yay, mine too. It's my favorite. It's so good.
This is one of my top ones. I will say that. I think that they have the potential to win Supernova just based off of their polarity, based off of the fact that they have been a Eurovision competitor before. So I think that they have the qualities. What I like is that this song is vastly different than what we've seen them do previously. So I think they have that as well. And I also appreciate that they have brought back Latvian lyrics, which they didn't do in 2022. So if this is indeed the song that wins Supernova and Citizen is the winner of Supernova, I hope they don't do much. Yeah, I hope they don't do much to this song. So
yeah, I find it interesting that we listened to 10 songs and there's only a couple in Latvian, and those are the ones that I liked. So they're doing something right. I will also just mention that sometimes we see people inherit a song or be given a song, but 2 of their band members participated in the composing and 3 participated in the lyrics for this song. So they definitely had a hand in the creation.
And you can kind of feel that they have a part of it. Like, it's not just like, oh, I went into the studio, they gave me this song and I sang it, you know?
Right. Well, and I feel like there is potential that it was just, hey, you've done Eurovision before. I think this song is a winner. Here you go. You know? And we had a hand in this.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Emilia, Heartbeat. It's okay.
I said it feels like one of those hyper-specific songs that they play after a dramatic moment in Love is Blind.
The oddly specific written, like, this was written for like, this moment.
Oh, he broke my heart. And then the song comes in, he broke my heart. You know, like, it's like literally, it felt like Love is Blind. It felt like Netflix reality show music,
Right.
which is not a bad thing. It's wildly inoffensive, but it's fine.
It was motivational. It was very like trying to get a message across. I said it was kind of feeling very like Rachel Platten fighting song, like just
Yeah.
it's
Kind of same
okay.
vibe. Yeah.
It's a little too on the nose in a way.
That's why I got the Love Is Blind like feels from it, because I was just like, it is right there.
I mean, I liked the song, and I don't think it's gonna win. I did give the song a bop in like my little like schematic sheet here, but
The highly technical terms.
yeah, there you go. But I don't think that they will win. I also there's some notes, there's some high notes here, and so my biggest concern out of all of this is that Amelia may have some struggle actually pulling off those high notes in a live
Right.
performance. And if that struggle happens to occur, then that may be a disaster.
I will say, if they can hit all of those notes, it could knock it out of the park. I will.
Yeah.
I appreciated the voice, the tone, and that's where I'm very curious about the live performance, because
vocals are stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag vocals matter.
Yeah,
They do. So we'll see. We'll see what Amelia can do.
And now we will talk about Greta and Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
because that's a song choice.
I mean, I know that some folks in this group have certain feelings about this song, so I will just get my feelings out first so that you can all shit on them. She nasty and she raunchy in all the right places for me. I love this song. I would love to see this song win, and I know that is controversial here. There's just something about it. I want to see this live, and I want to see what she does with it, and I want to see her get like real dirty with it on stage and let it go.
See, and that's my main problem with it, is that the lyrics dirty, raunchy. The song flatline.
Dead on
like,
arrival.
It is like, I wanted there to be like a real punch through moment in like the chorus, to have it like go for like a full Monster. Hard not to think of Gaga with Little Monsters, but like I wanted it to have its like full like earwormy like big release chorus, and like I feel like it was someone put on a keyboard, pushed like preset beat, and that's the whole song.
I'm just curious, like there's something about this. I get hairography and I get really intense choreography, and I'm curious if that's what's going to transpire in her live performance, and I'm wondering if that's what's going to like elevate it when we see it.
And I want to get hairography. I just don't think the music calls for it. Like I think the lyrics call for it, but the music, to me, like the backing track and everything, it just was boring. And like I really, really wanted to like it, and I was just like, I can't.
Damn.
Very middle of the road for me.
Damn.
You said it, Katie. Middle of the road. I heard this and I said that it is going to get lost in the mix. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best. I think we'll forget about it. You're gonna, depending on where she sings in the lineup, if she goes like second, third, whatever, by the time we get to the end, no one's gonna remember that happened.
I ranked it as 6 out of the 10 that we listened to. So
I will also just say that, like, I tried to do my Google just to figure out who these people are and what's it about. And when you Google Greta Monster, all you get is the female gremlin from Gremlins 2. That is literally the name of the gremlin female. And so I'm like, okay, you're doing a song called Monster.
After midnight. And
well, and then she sings this lyric about feeding the monster, and I'm like,
not after midnight.
It's like almost too on the nose again. Just like
don't get her wet.
Don't get her wet. Don't feed her after midnight. So
She's clearly talking about feeding her, vagina. But anyway,
Which, didn't we say don't get her wet?
we did.
don't feed her after midnight. Don't get her wet.
God forbid you get her wet after midnight.
So it's a song choice.
It sure is.
Is it skippable on a playlist?
No.
But I this is clickbait for Latvia. Ooh.
You're giving it too much credit. I don't think it's going to do that well with the public for me.
Only time will tell.
Because I don't think it has that big, crowd join in moment like clickbait did.
No, that's true. That's true. Sorry, Stephen.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
But when you're right and you can throw this back at us. Yeah.
Like how I am doing with the fact that my Lanoya girl, oh my God, what is her name?
Angelina something.
Angelina something. Super high streams. People love her, and you guys are just wrong about her.
Top 10. How did that happen? I don't know.
You guys are just wrong about her. Anyway.
All right. Juliana, something in the water.
No, there's not.
There's something. There's nothing in. Well, this is your bathroom break. Take a nap.
I said we had Dawn's last year, and that was enough. So let's not with something like this for this year.
That's rude to Dawn's.
I know.
That was very rude.
That's very rude to Dawn's. But
who hurt you?
Honestly. Yeah, let's move on.
That's all. Yeah. That's all we got. Just no, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So next is Just with Fit Right, and I don't know if our audience will know this or not, but this is also a returning Eurovision artist who represented Latvia in 2016 with Heartbeat and got 15th place in the grand final. So middle of the road, not bad. Mm-hmm. I just for fun facts, he received 132 points in the grand final back in 2016. He also received 132 points in the semifinal. So very consistent. Just a little fun fact for you.
He's our little 132 pointer.
I am interested to see what happens with this one. I did write that it has potential. I also just wrote woof because
that's fair.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was super fun, and I thought it was. I can't remember which song in Montesong we said was 80s throwback, but not done quite right. And I thought this was 80s throwback done right.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it was Tina maybe with her disco. Call it?
But this I thought it was really fun. I did find that I thought that his vocals were a little lethargic to not really go with the beat of the music.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, and I grew to love it, but I don't know that the audience has time to grow to love it. And that's my concern.
Yeah, I put this in my top half for sure. I really, really had a good time with it. And honestly, maybe part of that was the contrast of listening to it after Juliana and being oh my God, okay, thank God. So
we have a bit of a pick-me-up.
But I did really enjoy it.
I mean, the music, the lyrics to it were there's a message there without almost being too deep. And so I did appreciate where he's I'm supposed to fit right, get by, or fake it. I liked what he was saying there. And so I'm very interested to see this live, how it's going to, how he's going to interpret that on the stage. Yeah, I think the live performance will make or break it. As is the point, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is that the synth at the very beginning just felt almost a bit too aggressive.
Oh, and I love an aggressive synth.
But I didn't hate that, and I don't know. It almost just Well, I don't know.
What?
Don't worry about me.
What does that even mean?
Wait, no, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know. I got it.
Sorry.
So much editing, Steven. So much editing.
You know what? Let's talk about Katrina Gupalo and
You mean Taylor Swift?
yeah, because that's exactly who she looks like, right? It's not just me.
I think the sound of it felt very Taylor Swift.
Her
Oh, that's why I hated it.
if you look at her actual stock photo or stock image for the song Scarlet Challenger.
Oh,
doppelganger.
I wasn't thinking
Yeah, I can
look
see
of
it.
Taylor Swift, but now that I'm looking at the
She's
photo,
a wide set eye version of Taylor Swift.
And I don't understand, if you actually, the cover art
Her eyes are
for
wider apart.
Scarlet, yeah, it's weird. But also, I said, it's just, no. It's
To be honest, I have not listened to this song fully through because I skipped it and I said, ugh, get it off of my
How do you
hand.
spell that?
I was just
I'll try it. I'll type it up.
Okay, so there are many eras of Taylor Swift, and there are some that I like. I prefer Unhappy Taylor with, her 1989 and whatnot. Anyway, the point being, this felt very her little poets department or whatever, and no, thank you.
I
don't listen to enough Taylor Swift to really understand that reference.
It just kind of
didn't like it. I just know I don't like this song at all.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
haven't listened to it all the way through.
It's not going to qualify. It's not going to win. We don't need to really go too deep into this one.
Let's not manifest it. Let's not spend too much time on it, because we know what happens when we spend time on these songs.
Yeah. All right, next.
Last but not least.
Yeah. Cobra and Zelts, which translates to gold.
I like this. I don't know if it's winner material. To me, for some reason, it was reminding me of the Netherlands in 2023.
Yes, 100%. 10,000%. You said it before I could.
and I don't hate that song. I like that song. It also didn't qualify because it's just a little sloggy.
Well, I think Netherlands didn't qualify because their live performance vocals were just not there. So this song I enjoyed. I like the duet of it. I just think that it starts slow, and I need the audience to stick around. Yeah, I need you to just be there for it.
I think they need to go towards the end if they want to have a fighting chance.
You both kind of just compiled a lot of what I wrote down. I said it's slow and takes a while to build up, but there's also a lot of drama and what feels like passion behind the melody of music with this one as a duo. So I'm interested to know more about what's going on behind the scenes with these two and what is their story exactly.
The staging will be everything.
Yes.
Part of their lyrics talk about when all your gold is gone. So it's very much I think a love story and what happens when all your gold is gone, and I'm still going to be there for you and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I worry about this weird interpretive dance on the stage happening, and I'm just like, please don't.
But there's going to be a lot of that.
Song has hurt me with that, so I am also scared of that, of it taking itself a little too seriously and being just trying too hard to be dramatic rather than just having something simple, which I think it calls for some sort of simple staging, but that's I don't know exactly what it calls for.
But I don't know what I want, but I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah. Period.
So as we look at this first half of artists and songs, Katie, Who are like your top 4?
I put Citizeni, Cobra Zeltz, Adelina, and where was the other one? I like Just Enough. I would
Doug?
say those are my top 4.
We definitely have some in common there. I'm definitely a fan. Citizzini, they're my number 1. Just Cobra, and then Emilia, Heartbeat.
Mm.
And then I've got Citizeni, Greta, Emilia, and Adelina as my 4.
Okay.
So we're all on board with Citizzini.
Good.
So there's
that makes me happy.
Yeah. We've got some consensus, but then we've got a couple that are just kind of like
all over the place.
All over the place, for sure.
Well, and the thing about it is, this is a good group. I mean, yes, we had a couple that we were all just like, no, thank you. But for the most part, it's a good group of songs, and several that I'm like, even if you don't win and go to represent Eurovision, you're already on my playlist now.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving me this new music to enjoy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what the next half of the songs have, because I mean, I would say probably, at least half of them were songs that I enjoyed enough to listen to again. And that's for a national final. Like, I think for me, that's been pretty rare to find that it's that good.
I mean, if we're comparing to Monta song.
Well, yeah, that's true. So I'm hoping that we get another good, 5-10 songs that I really connect to, at least.
For the real. So, well, that was a good first batch. I'm excited to see what the next batch brings in part 2 of our deep dive into Supernova. But with that, we will catch folks on the flip side next week when we take a deeper dive into Supernova part 2. So stick around for that, folks. But in the meantime, we will put a pin in it for now and thank our listeners and followers for tuning in this week. As always, feel free to find us, follow us, and support us on all of our social media outlets. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Eurovision Kiki. You can also like and subscribe to our content on YouTube and Spotify. If you've got questions, feel free to shoot those questions to our email account at eurovisionkiki@gmail.com. And in the meantime, we will see you all at our next Kiki.
Bye.
Bye.